Hi. I don't know if anyone's here, but yeah, I wanted to do a live stream where I do my Goodreads organization. Sorry if I look to the left because the monitor where I can see the live stream is to my left, and also to check if you can hear me talking. I think you can. I should be able to see your comments, and also I have to look to the left to see comments and everything. So yeah, basically I'm just gonna go through my Goodreads shelves and talk you through it. I kind of do this on my own around once a month anyway when I add books from, I have multiple shelves. Obviously, you can see them on the side here. But I do this anyway when, like, so I can add things from like the on my radar shelf to my want to read shelf and some other stuff and decide things. Basically, most months I go through my want to read shelf and take things off of it as I decide I don't want to read them sometimes, and then I go through my my radar shelf, which is a shelf I have for books that come out this year that either haven't come out yet or like their 2020 debuts, last year's 2019 debuts, and then on my radar future are books that come out after 2020, or they should be. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that now. I might want to read shelf, and also I just make sure that books are on their correct shelves as I do it sometimes. So for example, this book, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. Okay, cool. Thanks for telling me you can hear me, and hi. um,
You got it.
Sorry if you can hear my Google Home. Um, yeah, she just responded to me, so that's cool. But yeah, first we have The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, which I do believe um, should be on also on my 2020 TBR. It's because I have duplicate editions, I'm pretty sure. Actually, let's do that first. Find duplicates. Let's deal with that. Um, so I have 4 duplicates. I plan to delete. I forget. I like to keep the duplicate, like the edition that I had first, because I think it is better. That didn't make sense. I like to keep the edition that I had first because I want to keep track of how long books have been on my TBR. So this said that the Kindle edition was first, so I deleted the paperback edition. Back to duplicates, and I'm just going to do the same thing over and over. Symptoms of a Heartbreak. They're both hardcovers. That's cool. Sometimes I end up with duplicates because if I enter Goodreads giveaways, no matter what, they always add. Which one did I click? No matter what, they always add like another edition of the book to your want to read shelf, even if it's already on your shelf, which is why I entered the giveaway, because Goodreads emails you every time that a book on your shelf gets put into a giveaway. So I don't know why they do that. Or at least I wish they would figure out whether it's already on your shelf when you enter the giveaway so it doesn't put a duplicate. It's really annoying. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just deleting the newest edition that I added. And I have, and it says that I read this book. I did not, so. Okay, now we're gonna go back to my books. Hopefully this loads. Well, it'd be really bad if Goodreads stopped working in the middle of this live stream. That would kind of suck. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, this belongs on my 2020 TBR shelf. So I'm gonna add it to that. I don't know why it wasn't there. I must have added a different edition. Yeah, now I want to go through my want to read shelf. I have 444 books on my want to read shelf, which is why I try to go through it every month or so, or a few months or so. And I just do it in kind of a random order sometimes. Sometimes I do it in the order it shows up, like with the numbers, because I do have my want to read shelf ranked on Goodreads. Sometimes I do it by something else. Let's do it by average rating now. Yeah, so I just scroll through, and if you have any opinions on any of the books that I scroll through, if you think I should like make their rank higher on my TBR, let me know. Sometimes I do move things around, not that often though, because I'm lazy. Yeah, but this is hard to do because it's already been so curated because I've been doing this for a long time. I'm trying to decide if I still want to read this. The Widow. The reason that I bought this book at I also want to see something. Yeah, it's on my own TBR. I bought this book at a used bookstore, so I added it to my Goodreads TBR because I owned it now. But I don't know if I still want to read it. I don't think I've heard that many things about it, so but I own it. But this says when the police started asking questions, Jean Taylor turned into a different woman, one who enabled her and her husband to carry on when more bad things began to happen. But that woman's husband died last week. Blah blah blah. Oh, I guess it's about a woman whose husband has been suspected of a crime for a long time, but she's like defended him, but then he died. So now people want her to come out and say what he did or whether he did it or not. That still sounds interesting to me. I'm going to keep it. I actually, Interworld by Neil Gaiman. This is one of Neil Gaiman's YA books, and I don't have a super interest in reading this, honestly, but I do want to read all of Neil Gaiman's novels. So I didn't realize because I've been planning to do a author ranking for Neil Gaiman for so long, and I want to do it just for his novels. So I have like 2 or 3 left. If I include this series, I have like 5 left, I think. If I don't, then I have 2, I think, left. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. Nothing about this sounds that interesting to me, but I added it to my shelf when I found out about it. But I don't know. Not that many people I am friends with on Goodreads have read it. 2 people have. One gave it 5 stars, read it in 2013. One gave it 4 stars 2 years ago in 2018, so that's not bad. But it has a 3.53 rating. Most of the other reviews from people I don't know is 2 stars, 2 or 3 stars. And I'm just not super interested in reading fiction from, what year is this? 2007, about a teenage boy. That doesn't sound like it's my cup of tea. So, I really need to go through Goodreads. I didn't know that's a duplicates feature. Yeah, glad to have shown you the duplicates feature. It's really helpful because, I don't know, sometimes I feel bad about not feel bad, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I have so many books on my TBR. And like one time I had like 10 or 15 duplicates. So I didn't have that many on my TBR. So it's really useful to go through it. This is on my TBR for this month. Also, this is one of my, what is that called? 5-star predictions. This, I feel like, no, not this book, just kidding. Also, sorry about the glare on my glasses, if you can see it. I forgot to try and mitigate that. I don't really want to put my contacts in because I'm lazy and the day is almost over. I already went out for the day, so there's no point. Yeah. Broken Things by Lauren Oliver. This is again another author I thought I was going to do an author ranking for. I'm not sure if I'm going to do an author ranking for Lauren Oliver anyway now. So yeah, I want to see how many books I have left to read of Lauren Oliver. Or like if I were. I've read a lot of her books because I think she used to be, I don't know if she was my favorite author, but I was one of the few people, I guess, who really liked the Delirium trilogy. So I read her other books, or tried to. Really, I only read 2 of them. Or 3 of them. Before I Fall, Panic, and Vanishing Girls. But I also have no interest in reading Lauren Oliver's middle grade books. I read one of them, it was good, but I'm not all that interested in middle grade anyway. So I'm not sure if I'll ever get to doing one of those, and I don't know if I want to read this. I'll keep this for now on the TBR, and maybe next time I'll take it off. We'll see. And also, I want to make sure that books are shelved right. I own a copy of this, so I want to put it on my own TBR shelf. I only put my physical books on my own TBR shelf. I used to have an ebook TBR shelf, but I got rid of it, I think. Or I stopped using. Oh, I do still have it. I don't know. Maybe I should put things on it. I'm not sure. There are some books on it, like The Girl from Everywhere, but I haven't been as good as keeping that up. Never mind. This time. This one I'm not sure if I want to read, but Kelly Loy Gilbert wrote a book that I really liked. I really liked Picture Us in the Light, which is her second book. I think this was her debut, The Conviction. And I really liked Picture Us in the Light, which was her second book, but I added this book because I think she's only written these two books. But I'm not sure if I'll enjoy it. Like, the premise doesn't grab me in. Yeah, I don't know. I will keep it for now. But yeah, she's written two books. This seems like it's not released yet. Yeah, this is coming out. So I'll keep it, just then I can have read both of her books. That seems good. And sometimes I add books that haven't been released yet, but I know I'm gonna want to read them, like a beautifully foolish endeavor. Suddenly I can't speak. Yeah. So this gets released in July, but I know I'm gonna want to read it when it's released, so there's no point in keeping it on my reader shelf. When Harry Met Sally for YA romance readers. So the thing is, I've never watched When Harry Met Sally, but this also says this is the perfect love story for fans of Huntley Fitzpatrick, Stephanie Perkins, and Jenny Han. I've only read books by Stephanie Perkins and Jenny Han. So I don't know. I feel like I just saw this in some other booktubers, like TBR or haul video or something, and I was like, maybe. Excuse me. But yeah, this seems like it's a hate to love romance where, not hate to love, but maybe it's a little hate to love because they said they're two opposites fighting about music, life, and pretty much everything. But basically, their moms arrange for the boy to drive the girl to school every day for some reason, and then it just follows them doing that, I guess. So maybe people said it was adorable. I'll keep it. Minders. Oh. I feel like this always comes up when I do this because I'm like, do I want to read this? And then I reread the synopsis and I'm like, yeah, I do want to read this. This is basically, yeah, this is a thing where I guess it's set in the future where people have been, oh my gosh, where there's a corporation called Mind Corps where you're allowed to live in the head of someone to see. I don't know why they're doing that, but I guess they do that. They just put people in the minds of other people. And it seems like the person that the main character has been put into might have murdered someone. And then the main character has to figure out what to do now that she knows that that person did something. So, yeah, that still seems like something I'm interested in. The Kingdom, this was like being promoted a lot on BookTube. And at first I wasn't interested, but then I was kind of interested. And so I added it, but now I'm not sure if I'm interested again. The part that intrigues me is that it takes place at a theme park. Some people, I think, said it's like Westworld. I've never seen Westworld. Do I want to see Westworld? I don't even know if I want to see Westworld, but yeah, it's about a girl who's like it's called a fantasist, and it says they're engineered to make dreams come true. I think it's like a robot. I'm not sure, but then the main character, who's like a robot, not sure, gets accused of murdering a human because she fell in love with him. Yeah, and this is a standalone. I think I'm gonna keep it. I added this because I think Haley from Books and what's her name? Haley from Haley in Bookland. Yeah, that's her channel name. Read this last year or something, and it kind of made me want to read it. But I don't know if I want to read this. It says that it's perfect for fans of Sarah Dessen and Morgan Matson. I did like Amy and Roger's Epic Detour when I read it. I don't know if I would like this as much now, though. And the book I'm currently reading, there's a lot of books about road trips where the girl character is afraid of driving because their dad dies, usually by driving. Yeah, this also has that. The book I'm currently reading, I Want to Go Where You Are. Also, the main character is kind of afraid of driving. Like, she does drive, but she doesn't like driving. And yeah. So, I don't know if I need another book like that. What are the reviews? This book was simply nothing to me. Well, I don't know. I think I am gonna not read this. I think I'm gonna take this off of my TBR. Where is it? Oh. I'm gonna take this off of my TBR. Oops. Where is it? Oh. I looked at the stream through YouTube and it has a delay, so then it played that part, which is weird. Okay, anyway, back to this. There's a plane. Sorry. Oh, this sounds fun. Wait, when did I add this? Oh. This is a book about books. I add every book about books to my TBR. Honestly, they always sound interesting and good, and I love reading, so I want to read about reading. Let's see, Brenda Spindle. This is another Neil Gaiman book, but I am more interested in reading this. I might read this month, depending you. This book was really popular a few years ago. And I do love memoirs. I think I'm gonna keep it. Why not? Probably get an audiobook of it. Of Ice and Shadows, How to Leave. Oh, yeah. This is another book that I often look at and I'm like, do I want to read this? And I reread the synopsis and I'm like, oh yeah, I do want to read that. I should maybe do a video on that. Books that I think I don't want to read, but I do want to read. I don't know. But this is about people who are trained to be criminals, and I love that for everything. Reminds me of Heist Society by Ali Carter. Except it's like that's like a family thing, and this is like school, which makes it more fun somehow. I don't know. Nice try, Jane Sinner. Oh yeah, this is the one where she signs up to be on fake Big Brother. That sounds fun. I'll keep that. And then this one, I don't remember. Oh, I think this must be like a star-crossed lovers thing, because her parents warned her to stay away from this other guy. Maybe. And it has like the fabulism, magical realism stuff that I do enjoy. Let's keep that. Oh. This is how I've been hearing a lot about this is how you lose the time war, so that's definitely getting kept. I think I added it pretty recently also. Heartless has 4.05 stars. I did not expect that. I don't know why. Another one that hasn't come out yet, but I know I'm going to read it eventually. Let's see. I think I've heard good things about this author, I want to say. Yeah. And I love reading about kids who go to performing arts high schools because I did that when I was in high school. So I like to compare and contrast. Not really compare and contrast, but I just like to read about it. Oh, this is set in Atlanta. Maybe I do want to do that or read that. Yeah, I think I want to read this just mostly because it's set in Atlanta and I live there. This is like the most random book I want to read, but someone posted like um, snippets from this book, which is basically like the Dora movie that came out over the summer. They did like a novelization, and it was like so self-aware in the snippets that were posted, and it looked so funny. So I really wanted to read that. Yeah, the book is a type of meta fourth wall breaking, cut the crap, and let's get real type of book I've been waiting for my entire life. Like the um clip snippet that I saw posted on Twitter was like um Swiper the Fox like having an internal crisis about what he's been doing with his life. So that sounded real funny to me, and I still want to read it. Um, I don't know. These 4-star books, I think, will probably. I don't remember what this is. Oh, I did hear about this. I think Rincey from LucieReads talked about this, so I do want to read that. Okay. Okay. Where did I hear about this book? I'm not sure. Maybe someone recommended it to me? Hmm. I think someone might have recommended it to me or something. Because I don't remember adding this to my TBR or where it came from. I don't know. Do I want to read this? I don't think I do. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think I want to read this. I'm going to get rid of it. Okay. I think I'm almost done. Hope I, or at least with this one. Yeah, okay, I'm done. So, not done, but yeah, I'm done with my want to read list. I have 441 books on that. So, there's that. Now I'm gonna do the on my radar shelf and make sure the books that are there are supposed to be there and categorize them correctly and everything. Yeah, this is not ranked at all. Let's not do by average rating. Let's do by date. No. We want to do it by date published because I usually do this. I don't usually do a month at a time. Like I decide whether I want to read the books that came out. I used to do it 2 months at a time, or like not 2 months at a time, but 2 months behind. So in March, I would check out the books that came out in January and decide if I wanted to add them to my TBR or not. But I think I'm going to do January through March, maybe January through April, because I do want to start requesting ARCs again. I've been meaning to go through books that I've been interested in and like actually email the publishers or check out NetGalley to see if they're on there. Just so I can, get ahead of the game. Some of these books have already come out, as you can see, because I get scared of adding things to my want to read book. I get scared of adding things to my want to read shelf because I do. So yeah. Some of these have an unknown pub date. This book hasn't come out yet. Who knows when it'll come out? I know it's a YouTuber book, as I said, and I still watch the YouTuber, and she's basically been. It'll come out when it comes out. Sorry. Yeah. Why did I add this? Oh, I wanted to read this because it's a book about books, but I don't know. Uh, 3 stars. Set in Melbourne. That's how Australians say it, apparently. I don't know. Most of the reviews are like 3 stars. I don't know. This one says it's not worth it. I'll believe them. So we'll get rid of that. This came out already. Oh, I do want to read this. I was reading like a article and someone mentioned that they were reading this book and that made me want to read this. So to read The Looking Glass, I don't remember what this is. Oh, this is about ballet. I love reading about ballet. So I think I will keep this. Yeah, one girl disappears and then they are at ballet school. So I need to read it. Who talked about this? I think Books and Lala talked about Split Tooth, maybe. Was it her? And she said it was really weird. Whoever read it said it was really weird. She read it. So I think it was Books and Lala I heard of this from. But oh, it's about someone who becomes pregnant. I don't know then. I kind of don't like reading about people who are pregnant. That's like a personal thing. I don't know. I'll add it to my TBR and I can always take it off. This one I just saw, I think Riley from, I forgot her channel name, but she's pretty big. She's like 30,000 subscribers, so you probably have heard of her. She just did like a reading vlog about this book, and it was really intriguing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was this book. So I'm going to add it to my to-read list. Dangerous Alliance. Oh, yeah. Okay. The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue meets Jane Austen. That is definitely exactly why I added this to my TBR. That sounds amazing to me. So I'm going to officially add it to my TBR. Such a fun age. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it, and I think it might be interesting. I'm not sure. And also, is this a Black author? I know there is a Black character. Let's do some Googling. Twitter. Let's see if she has a picture on Twitter. Yeah. Okay. That's literally how I do it, in case anyone was wondering how I not decide, but like how to characterize whether authors are Black or not. I just look at them and I'm like, most people who are Black look Black. So I just go by that. And if they have announced it somewhere, they are maybe white passing or something, or I don't know, then I put them in. then I'll put them in, or I won't put them in. I probably am missing a few authors who are white passing or don't announce that they're Black, I guess, but I don't know. That's not my problem. So, yeah. Okay. That actually makes me feel better about this book because I know that it's about I'll just read the synopsis. We're here right now for me to read the synopsis anyway. So, yeah. Yeah, it's about a mom who has her babysitter like take her kids, and then her babysitter gets confronted by a security guard at the market, and she's accused of kidnapping the child that she's babysitting. It's because she's Black, and it's about that. And I thought it was from the perspective of, I think it is from the perspective of the white woman, but it makes me feel better that it's written by a Black woman. So yeah, I'm interested to read that. Rincy also just did a review of that. In case anyone was wondering. Now we're on to January releases. Okay. The Better Liar, We Wish You Luck. The Queen's Assassin, I own this now. So I'm gonna add it to my to-read list because I own it, and also my own TBR. Yeah, let's do these two. When a woman conceals her sister's death to claim their joint inheritance. Why did I add this to my TBR? I think someone on BookTube must have read this book, and that's why I added it, because I would not have added this on my own, probably. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is about a girl who her and her sister, I think, don't get along that well. Yeah, they're supposed to have their first reunion in a decade, and then her sister is dead or is gone, and then her dad had passed away, and they're supposed to receive the inheritance from their dad, but they would have to receive it together. Probably the dad did that because it's like, oh, I want my daughters to make up or something. But then they don't get the money if the other woman is dead. So then she meets someone who looks like her dead sister, and she's like, okay, we're gonna pretend you're my dead sister so I can claim my money. But now this woman, obviously someone who's willing to pretend to be your dead sister, has something going on. So yeah, I don't know. People I am friends with on Goodreads, it's mostly 4 stars, mostly just people who want to read it. Spoiler. I mean, it does have mostly 4 stars. I think that 3.65 isn't the best rating. I'm gonna keep it. And in case anyone is wondering, Tucker's been taking a nap on my bed. I had to kick him out of my closet because he's figured out how to open my closet door, and now he likes to sleep in my sheets drawer for some reason. I don't understand. So I had to move him. In case anyone's wondering. And if you can hear, I don't know if you can hear his bell, but it's probably cleaning himself or something. We wish you luck. Oh, this sounds interesting. An exhilarating novel about a group of students who take revenge on a wonderkind professor after she destroys one of their own. That sounds fun. I'm gonna give it a shot. Ooh, even though the first review is 2 stars. Oh, this is the author that Seiji interviewed. I watched that. Let's give it a shot. Okay. To read. I'll do February, and I have a lot of March releases. Oh no. Yeah, I guess I'll do February and March, and then we'll be done. I'm gonna refresh this page also. Okay. Yes, no, maybe so. I do want to read this. I don't even have to look at the synopsis. Can a girl who risks her life for books? I think I originally added this because it is by a Black author. I at least added it to that shelf, and it's LGBTQIA+, but aliens are not really my thing. Yeah, I don't think I want to read this. This one I do want to read. I read Sarah Gailey's. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was her debut, but her most recent release last year, Magic for Liars, and I really liked it. So I am gonna add this to the to read shelf. And then These Ghosts Are Family. I don't know what this is. Stanford Solomon has a shocking 30-year-old secret. Stanford is actually Abel Paisley, a man who faked his own death and stole the identity of his best friend. Oh, wow. That's a lot. Takes place in Jamaica and Harlem. Yeah, I think I want to read this. And this is a Black author. So where'd it go? Oh, I skipped a book. I'll be back. Oh, I've read this. No, I haven't read this, but I know this author. As it says, best-selling author of Nimona. She also writes on a TV show for kids. What's it called? She-Ra? Whatever. I forgot what the end of it is, like the full title, but she writes on that, I think. And Lumberjanes. Yeah, I'm gonna read this. To read. And I guess this is LGBTQIA plus because they have a wife. I don't know what they identify as. This was not what I expected from her website. Why is it? Did she sell it? Maybe someone else took this website. But yeah, whatever. Hi. Hi, DJ. Oh, that's a good name. Sorry. A Phoenix Must Burn. I actually don't even need to look at the synopsis for these books. I know I want to read these. I want to read I need to make time to read all of like Brandy Colbert's books because that's great. I'm glad we're doing it together. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I'm adding this to my TBR. Yeah. Most Likely by Sarah Watson. I don't remember adding this to my TBR. I feel like we all just like, oh, let me just add all these books to my TBR or like to my to read shelf. And then we just let it sit and fester. And half the time I feel like I don't. I used to like not even look at my Goodreads TBR shelf. And like when I first had Goodreads, I would like enter a bunch of giveaways and that's where like the TBR shelf was populated basically. Because I would just like when you enter giveaways, you have to add them to your shelf. So I just only use that. I feel like some of these are probably left over from those giveaways, even though I've been through this a few times. But yeah, what is this? Oh, this is not supposed to be, but it's from the creator of the hit TV series The Bold Type, which I've never watched, but it does interest me. Oh wow, you're making a hoodie? That's so much. My sister made me a dress not when I, there's no when. My sister tried to make me a dress because she does sewing too, and it took her like a year and a half. It took her so long, I actually outgrew the dress before she made it. The mystery, of course. Is it Ava, the picture perfect artist who's secretly struggling to figure out where she belongs? I'm gonna keep this. I wanted to check. I don't think she's not white. Am I gonna do some Googling? I'm pretty sure she's white. Yeah. So not a Black author. There's a black person on the cover. That's why it was like maybe they're black. When You Were Everything. I think I have an arc of this, so I should get on reading this. I might read it this month during Black History Month. We'll see. Super Adjacent. What is this? This I want to read. I love Welcome to Night Vale, which is the series it's part of, but it's a podcast that they do, and they've written books in the same world as the podcast. So I read both of them already. I'm going to read this one. Still have to read a couple of their other books. One other of their other books. What is this? Claire has always wanted to work with superheroes, from collecting Warrior Nation cards as a kid to drafting what to say to a hero, speeches in her diary. Oh, okay. This kind of. This reminds me of, what is it called? I just had it. What is it called? Not Your Sidekick. That's what this reminds me of. Superheroes Are Real. Queer romance. That sounds fun. I will keep this. Is that it? Still doing March. Okay, we're almost done. It's Not All Downhill from Here, and Music from Another World. Okay, I don't know if I want to read this, because every Robin Talley book I think I want to read, and then I end up taking it off my TBR, because then I'm like, oh, I actually don't want to read that. What is it? Our Own Private Universe was on my TBR for a long time, and then I was like, I don't think I want to read that. So I think that's what's going to happen here. This is about a girl who goes to a strict Christian high school, and lives in a conservative, and goes to a conservative Orange County church, and she's gay. She's a closeted lesbian. Queer historical fiction is something that I want to read. I don't know if I want to read this one specifically. Oh, but there's a giveaway. Yeah. Oh, I hope you didn't see the. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. My computer's like blacking out. I don't know if you can tell. Hopefully not. I'm gonna enter the giveaway, and then I'm gonna add it to my TBR. Oh, I just realized my address is on the screen. I did not realize it would do that. I'll do that at a later time, even though it was already in here. Oops. Hopefully no one ever finds that. After a sudden change of plans, a remarkable woman, and also, I don't know if you noticed, but I tried to cover my address by putting my hand out, as if that's going to do something for the people watching my screen recording. Aretha Curry's Life is Full. Oh, I want to read this because it's about an old woman, and a lot of fiction. I mean, I mostly read YA fiction. Oh, there's another giveaway too. I'm going to keep this open also and enter that when I'm done. Oh, I'm done, though. But yeah. A lot of fiction. Well, the fiction I read mostly YA, so it's mostly on purpose. But like, just in life, people act like your life ends when you hit 30, and this is about a 68-year-old woman. So I would like to read that. And it is about a black. Is this a black author? Everyone on the cover is black, so yeah. Black author to read. Yeah. Okay. Should I do April too? How many? Yeah, I'll just do April too. And there are only 3 books anyway. So and this one book from May that I definitely know I want to read, Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. The whole premise of that book sounds so good. What Macmillan book? The last one I had open. Okay. Glad to help by doing nothing. Queen of Coin and Whispers by Helen Cork. Oh, this is short synopsis. Teenage Queen Leah inherits her corrupt uncle's bankrupt kingdom. She brings a new spy master into the fold, Zanaya, who takes the job to avenge her murdered father. Is this? Yeah, it's LGBTQ. So I do want to read that. All Boys Aren't Blue. I've heard good things about not good things, but a lot of people are really excited for this. And Jesse from Bow Times Books says, oh, I guess they read an advanced copy for it. So let's give it a shot. I already did. I already started to do it. And then Incendiary, which, oh, it's by Zoraida Cordova. I'm actually not going to put this on my TBR, not because I don't want to read it, but because I would want to read her Brujas and whatever, I forgot what it's called. Bruja Born series, is that what it's called? Brooklyn Brujas. I want to read this book first, if I ever read this, and then usually when I read an author, I go back and check out their other books to see if there are any that I want to read, so I'm going to take this off. And we'll get there when we get there. So I think I'm done for now. I will do the rest probably in a couple months. Now I have a bunch of books to add to my... Oh, I realized I didn't decide on this. I'm going to leave this here because I want to, and I'll decide at a later time also. So yeah, I think I'm done. I didn't actually have too much that I wanted to. I might go through and make sure all these books come out. Yeah. Okay, Empire of the Vampire got moved to 2021, so I'm actually going to move that to my on my radar future shelf. And I think everything else belongs here on my radar future. Yeah, these are just books that have no release date. This one doesn't even have a title. And yeah, I think everything else is fine. Let's check out my own TBR shelf. Make sure all the books on it are books that I still own and haven't read yet. You can do that by checking out the date read shelf. Cool. So yeah, I haven't read any of these, so they all belong here. That's good. I think that's it. That's all I kind of wanted to do. I think I need to eat dinner soon. I know 5:30 is very early for dinner. But thank you guys for coming to this broadcast live show. I think the replay, I've never used this service to do things before. So hopefully the replay will just show up. If you're watching this at a later date, you have already watched it and it's shown up. But I don't know what I'm saying. Thanks so much for coming. Bye. Also, my alarm's ringing. That's good. Bye.